Hi guys, JT here, and today I'm bringing you some information on the Humble Bundle Indie Likes and Lights bundle of September 2025. To help you answer the question, should you buy it? By using the links in the description below, you'll gain access to this bundle and support the channel in the process. Before I begin, I'd like to thank you, the viewers, for watching my silly videos. I hope they are helpful, and most importantly, knowing that you're watching it means the world. Anyway, let's get into this. At number 1 we have Let's Revolution, a puzzle roguelike hybrid that takes Minesweeper's classic mechanics and transforms them into something fresh and exciting. Instead of dodging mines, you're chasing down a corrupt king across grid-based maps, where each tile hides enemies, shops, and valuable treasures. It's a clever reimagining that feels both nostalgic and inventive. Each stage challenges you to track the king by following branching road tiles while avoiding danger. The brilliance lies in the classes you play as, each offering wildly different strategies. The Trooper thrives on combat, smashing foes with whirlwind strikes and arrows. The Shadow flips that idea on its head, sneaking around enemies and using smoke bombs to slip by unnoticed. The Oracle, meanwhile, rewards calculated exploration, revealing tiles and teleporting with precision. Switching between these styles keeps the game fresh and forces you to rethink your approach. Runs are short, but rewarding, lasting about 10 to 20 minutes with upgrades, perks, and weapons, adding layers of depth. Unlocking new abilities and classes feels great, and the escalating New Game Plus modes provide endless challenges for puzzle fans who want to push their skills. Visually, the game shines with pastel cartoony art that gives personality to its grids. However, onboarding can feel lacking, especially with trickier classes that don't explain their strategies well. Still, once you grasp its systems, Let's Revolution becomes a delightful and addictive puzzle roguelike. If you enjoy tactical thinking, satisfying progression, and charming presentation, you'll find Planning to love here. At number 2 we have Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon, a brilliant twist on a falling block puzzler, mixing roguelike combat with frantic puzzle mechanics. Instead of watching pieces fall from above, you're inside the grid as Shovel Knight, hacking your way through blocks, monsters, and treasures. The result is a chaotic yet precise blend of puzzle solving and action that keeps you constantly on edge. The core loop is deceptively simple: smack enemies, clear space, and collect chests to reach the exit portal. But every foe behaves differently, from snakes that hog space to shielded enemies or ones that explode. Defeating enemies in chains adds a satisfying layer of strategy, turning the familiar match-style puzzle format into something that feels like combat. Runs move in clockwork beats, giving you just enough time to think while still ratcheting up the pressure. Progression keeps things fresh. New relics and weapons change your approach mid-run, while unlocking different characters completely shifts how you play. Spectre Knight, for example, regains health by killing enemies but takes damage from potions, forcing you to unlearn abilities. Each character feels like its own puzzle, rewarding experimentation. The game also shines in presentation. Its chunky, colorful art bursts with personality, and the music reimagines classic Shovel Knight tracks in lively ways. Add in versus mode, daily challenges, and a hub packed with secrets, and you'll find plenty to dig into. Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon can be punishing, but once it clicks, you'll fall in love with this inventive design and endless replayability. At number 3 we have Going Under. Diving into the corporate chaos of Going Under feels like stumbling upon a hidden gem in a sea of titles. Whether you're a seasoned player or a newcomer to the roguelike genre, Going Under offers a refreshingly engaging experience that keeps you hooked from start to finish. Visually striking with its pastel colors and sleek design, Going Under's aesthetics are more than just eye candy, they're an integral part of its thematic allure. The game cleverly adapts corporate office culture into its dungeon-crawling adventures, creating a world that feels both familiar and fantastical. Each character is meticulously crafted, offering unique personalities and stories that add depth to the gameplay experience. But where Going Under truly shines is in its writing. Satirical yet poignant, the game expertly critiques startup culture while still humanizing its characters. From the ambitious intern to the frustrated IT specialist, each employee of the Fizzle Corporation has their own struggles and aspirations, making them feel like real people rather than mere caricatures. The gameplay mechanics are equally impressive, with combat that is both intuitive and challenging. Scavenging for weapons mid-fight adds a layer of urgency and strategy, while the short, fast-paced runs ensure that every moment is filled with excitement. Sure, there are minor frustrations along the way, like the occasional difficulty spike or lack of invincibility frames after knockdowns, but they're mere blips in an otherwise flawless experience. In a sea of roguelikes, Going Under stands as a true gem, its blend of humor, challenge, and charm, making it a must-play for anyone looking for a fresh take on the genre. And number 4 we have Crop Rotation, a farming-themed roguelike deck builder where cards play automatically, letting you focus on strategy and synergy. Instead of tending crops manually, you arrange plants, tools, and animals into clever combinations that pay off debts and expand your farm. Runs are quick but packed with decision-making, blending cozy farming aesthetics with the addictive tension of roguelike progression. At its core, the challenge revolves around paying weekly rent by generating enough income from your deck. Each draft forces you to balance short-term survival with long-term synergy. Do you lean into fruits for steady gains, herbs for scaling value, or gamble on re-rolling for that one perfect card? The fun lies in experimenting with archetypes, watching synergies bloom, and seeing how small adjustments can snowball into powerful runs. Replayability is where crop rotation shines. Raiding mode scales difficulty after each win, while endless mode doubles your debt each week for those who crave infinite challenge. Custom mode even lets you build curated drafts and replay past runs, encouraging experimentation. It's a smart system that gives you freedom while keeping things engaging. Presentation is charming and relaxing, from the cute visuals to the calming soundtrack. That said, storage management can feel restrictive, as permits and animals compete for space with crops, sometimes limiting flexibility. Still, the balance is tight, and nearly every card feels viable. Whether you're here for roguelike deck building or farming twists on strategy games, Crop Rotation offers a surprisingly deep, endlessly replayable experience. And number 5 we have Meteorfall, Krumit's Tale, a deck-building roguelike that twists the genre into something fresh and strategic. Instead of crawling through endless hallways, you tackle dungeons laid out in a dynamic 3x3 grid. Each run begins with a basic deck of items and abilities, shuffled together with monsters. As you clear tiles, new ones drop in, forcing you to balance risk, timing, and resource management. Every fight earns you gold to buy stronger cards, while perks offer game-changing bonuses to shape your strategy. What makes Krumit's Tale unique is its depth. 5 distinct heroes, like Bruno the Warrior or Greybeard the Spellslinger, offer unique decks and playstyles. Unlocking them feels rewarding rather than grindy, with steady progression keeping you hooked. Enemies like Drunken Barbarians and Radioactive Snotwolves bring humor and challenge in equal measure. The whimsical cartoon-inspired art style feels like Adventure Time with a darker edge, while clever writing and professional voice acting give the world plenty of charm. Runs usually last under an hour, with autosave letting you hop in and out without losing progress. The grid system allows for smart combos, and every choice, whether to spend coins on gear, risk health for reward, or adapt to an unlucky draw, feels meaningful. Still, luck plays a role, and sometimes random tile draws stack the odds against you. But when everything clicks, the mix of strategy, humor, and replayability makes it hard to put down. If you love roguelikes or deck builders, Krumit's Tale is a witty, addictive gem. And number 6 we have the Ouroboros King. The Ouroboros King ingeniously blends the strategic depth of chess with the dynamic replayability of roguelikes. Released on February 2023, this indie strategy game challenges you to assemble a formidable army of diverse chess pieces, each with unique abilities, to conquer the sinister Coven. Fundamentally, the Ouroboros King revolves around assembling and commanding an army with a twist. You strategize using unconventional chess pieces, each with distinct movements that radically alter traditional chess dynamics. The game features a roguelike structure, where defeat sends you back to a new timeline, offering different maps, enemies, and rewards in each playthrough. This setup not only enhances replayability, but also ensures that every session feels fresh and unpredictable. Visually, the Ouroboros King presents a clean and intuitive interface, complemented by artwork that enhances the fantasy-themed chess battles. Players commend its innovative gameplay and strategic depth. The active developer support and frequent updates underscore a commitment to refining and expanding the game's content and mechanics, fostering a dedicated community. While praised for its innovative gameplay, some players note the game's brevity and occasional balance issues with certain chess pieces. Additionally, there are mentions of achievements being buggy on certain platforms, which may affect completionists. The Ouroboros King stands out as a creative fusion of chess and roguelike elements, offering a challenging yet accessible experience for both chess enthusiasts and strategy gamers. Its blend of strategic depth, Unpredictable gameplay and continual updates make it a worthy addition to any player's library, especially those seeking a new twist on classic board game mechanics. At number 7 we have Rack and Slay, a physics-based roguelite that mixes billiards with monster-slaying chaos. Rack and Slay takes a simple act of aiming and shooting pool balls and transforms it into a clever roguelite where every shot counts. You only get a limited number of moves per stage, and any enemies left on the board hit you back. Hazards like spikes, traps, and pits force you to plan shots carefully, but they can also be used against enemies if you're clever. The game thrives on skill, making success feel earned rather than random. While layouts and power-ups add variety, winning comes down to how well you master the physics. Different enemy types keep things interesting. Some heavy and hard to move, others spawn new threats, and bosses like the 8-ball demand you clear everything else before taking them down. This keeps you adjusting strategies and lining up risky trick shots that feel amazing when they work. After each stage, you choose upgrades, from explosive shots to buffs that change how you gain gold. Unfortunately, many of these lean too heavily on tweaking gold gain, which is less exciting than wild abilities. Still, the mix is enough to give runs some variety, and in a bundle, it is hard to argue the value. Rack and Slay is a casual but smart game. It is easy to pick up, rewarding to master, and short enough for quick sessions. If you're craving a unique twist on both billiards and roguelites, this is worth your time. At number 8 we have Luck Be A Landlord, a simulation and strategy game that taps into an inherent appeal of gambling. In Luck Be A Landlord, your objective is to pay your demanding landlord by using a slot machine. Each spin generates money, and you can choose additional symbols to enhance your chances. Unlike traditional slot machines, the goal is not to get 3 in a row. Instead, the diverse symbols interact with each other in bizarre ways, creating a complex web of earning opportunities. Cats drink milk icons for large payouts, bounty hunters eliminate thieves, ruffians break urns to spawn rewarding spirits, and the possibilities go on. What starts as a stumbling experiment quickly transforms into strategic planning, as you aim to stack the slots in your favor. Should you opt for low-yield symbols for guaranteed income, or take risks with unlikely combos for big payouts? It combines the best aspects of deck-building games with the allure of gambling, resulting in a delightful fusion. Luck Be A Landlord maintains its appeal by introducing challenging levels that impose additional restrictions on the player. Scarce resources, such as items that remove unwanted symbols, force you to make critical decisions. While some repetition may emerge over time, as certain strategies prove safer than others, the game's charming aesthetic and clever humor make up for it. It's hard to put down this experience, especially when you realize it's already past your bedtime. Trust me, this unique and entertaining game is a safe bet worth taking. At number 9 we have Rogue Heroes, Ruins of Tasos, a Zelda-inspired roguelike that blends classic top-down action with modern procedural generation. At its core, you take on dungeons filled with puzzles, traps, and enemies, all while collecting gems, the currency needed to rebuild and expand your home village. Each run into a dungeon isn't just about survival, it's about progress. Even when you fall, the resources you've gathered let you unlock new upgrades, weapons, and buildings that make your hero stronger for the next attempt. The loop is deeply satisfying. You'll constantly find yourself saying just one more run as you chase new upgrades or aim to add a blacksmith, farm, or gym to your town. Combat feels sharp and familiar, with sword swings in 8 directions, shields for defense, and tools like bows and grappling hooks adding variety. Every victory feels earned, and every defeat teaches you something new, echoing the punishing but fair style of the Souls series. What makes Rogue Heroes unique is its co-op. You can team up with up to 3 friends locally or online, making it feel like a spiritual successor to Zelda 4 Swords. Tackling bosses and dungeons together is chaotic, fun, and easily the game's highlight. The only drawbacks are a lackluster story that never quite lives up to the gameplay, and some clunky movement quirks. Still, with procedurally generated dungeons, an endless mode, and addictive progression, Rogue Heroes is a rewarding adventure that'll keep you coming back. And that's all for this bundle. This bundle is honestly a no-brainer if you don't already own most of these games. You're getting a mix of bangers like Rogue Heroes, basically co-op Zelda, Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon, some roguelike puzzle goodness, and hidden gems like Going Under that absolutely slaps. At $10, even grabbing it for a few you're missing feels worth it. Sure, some titles may not click with everyone, but the value is too strong to pass up. Easy pickup if your library is not stacked. In any case, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if this video was helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and maybe consider buying the channel a coffee. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.